Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today I would like to talk about the year of 2024, what is going to happen for the car company, the Mercedes-Benz. Three of Wands at the beginning of the spread means that previously, before the year of 2024, the company Mercedes, it was trying to launch something relatively long term for the company itself. Three of Wands can also mean collaboration um, with other parties. Three of Wands can also mean foreign travels, foreign markets, um, the shipping, the shipment, those kind of stuff. In general, business cooperation. I believe that there were a lot of changes and they were trying to implement um, to how can I say to solidify the connections with the suppliers, their supply chain. Um, what they want to do was to have a very concrete foundation for the production. So they lay down the groundwork for long-term future. Currently, the Hermit card means they're being introspective towards itself, and they're trying to figure out something that might need further investigation. This can be technologies, because Hermit usually it is about in search of something, higher learning. Sometimes it can also mean healing. The strength card crossing on top of it. The strength card usually means taming the beast. Even though there are things that they really want to do, they try to contain themselves. They don't want to burst out. There can be also delicate situations where in generally the public will not know about because well, the public might know, but even though that might be the case, it's not gonna be very obvious. It's gonna be if something's gonna happen, it's not gonna be a very large scale thing, because the Ace of Wands in this spread means that first of all, it is a minor arcana, and for the world to see Mercedes in 2024, it can be some kind of obstacles being removed, but it's not something really major, at least from the outside world. But from the internal, maybe it's more delicate than we expect to be. But they're gonna, keep it under control, keep it under wrapped, and they don't want to scare people. Five of Pentacles at the above of this spread, it means lacking in something. Five of Pentacles can also mean the weather. The weather, especially during winter. So I don't know if the energy crisis in Europe has been settled. If not, that might be an impact to Mercedes. Five of Pentacles can also mean scarcity. They might feel the lack of income. That's why even though they want to invest into some new technologies, um, they have a concern about putting in the money. Because when strength card on top of hermit, I can imagine that the strength card is about taming the ambition that they have because of they want to keep the cash flow affluent. They don't want to, you know, get into troubles. So that's why they would rather be careful than to be sorry. So Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of this spread, it means someone who is diligently working towards a goal. And I believe that this is the attitude of Mercedes-Benz. This is how they treat their business in general. And there are things that they have not completed yet. Like they have a plan, but the plan is like 80% completed. They still have some things to consider and to work on. Probably this is about this can be related to the electric or maybe the fuel if they are trying to change or you know, put in more options, such as the electric vehicles. Well, I don't even know if they have electric vehicles. Maybe they don't. Do they have that? But anyway, it may be about the electric vehicles, maybe not. This one I'm not 100% sure. But there are plans that they are implementing, I'm sure. And it's not something brand new. They just keep working on it. Probably something they announced a few years back, and then they are still working on it, and they will continue working on it. Eight of Wands energy in the coming future, it means swift progress. But sometimes things can go out of control at the same time. I think they do have a huge ambition, or actually maybe more than one ambitions. So they were trying to contain themselves, to be, to be careful, to be not doing it overnight. They tend to be very patient, but at some point the strength card, the energy to tame the beast will be gone, so they will, go forward full stream, full steam. I'm sorry. Yeah, so Eight of Wands energy is a really swift energy, and for customers and for the market, we shouldn't be expecting everything will be worked out perfectly in this case. Whenever Eight of Wands happens, it means very quick and fast development. But the thing is, because they're trying to do too much at once, so it's normal to be imperfect. I think this can be technology related, definitely. They're trying to do something new. Maybe something related to the energy and the power. They have to use some kind of technique to kind of tame the situation. Maybe it's about the fuel the car using. There are things that they have to keep it under control. They have to I don't know, maybe modify the car computer or what. Um, so that makes sure that it's gonna work in the favor of the performance of the car. But the problem is, I think it's possible that some engines or some components or maybe some particular models, um, they will have to take care of the acceleration issue, because 8 of Wands can also mean acceleration. Strength card can mean to tame the energy of acceleration, to not how can I explain, like to resist it, to keep it safe, you know. But eight of Wands energy sometimes is not always safe, because the energy is too fast, and yeah, and it needs to be careful. But I don't see catastrophic events though. Even though the Five of Pentacles can mean some kind of scarcity and lack, but I don't see um, a big issue. Um, in extreme case, maybe the Five of Pentacles can mean some kind of injuries, because as you see, someone is disabled, but I don't see huge casualties in this spread. So I do feel like they need to be careful about the acceleration aspect of their cars, especially for this year. Three of Cups energy is about happiness. It is also about collaboration, cooperation. This resonates with the beginning of the spread, which is the Three of Wands energy. So I believe that they have a partnership with two other companies, or maybe even more. If these are not partnerships with other companies, that just means that within the company itself, they are happy. You know, within the company, people are working with each other in a harmonious way. Three of Wands can also mean celebration. So there might be some good news about something. And I believe that this can be related to the Ace of Wands energy, which is the removal of obstacles. It is also about a new beginning that involves the passion of the company. However, after the Ace of Wands, there's the Seven of Cups. So they have, on one end, they have this new beginning, new passion, but the Seven of Cups means that there are still a lot of things up in the air. Probably this new idea and new passion, there are a lot of components that are still pending to be discovered, or maybe pending to be implemented. So it will be, it's not an immediate result. It's gonna take time. Seven of Cups can also mean there are things that they are not so sure about. Even though they have a lot of things that they are working on, they work on those things diligently. But I feel like they have a tendency to lag behind, because they might not lag behind in major ways, but when it comes to innovation and the trend, it might be difficult for them actually. And I do feel like they are a little bit stressed because they're trying to figure out the trend and they're trying to, comply to. Sorry about the background noise. Well, I think that definitely there is some good news for Mercedes. You know, when I make videos, if there are background noises, usually they mean something. So it's not an excuse, okay? And I do feel happy when I'm doing this video for some reason. I don't know why, but I do feel happy. So probably the Three of Cups can really mean something good. But as I mentioned, for the Seven of Cups, um, I think there is a tendency that the company will try to play catch up, or maybe um, they have multiple ideas that they want to try. Um, and at some point, they would suddenly try this and try that, and be prepared that not all the technologies that they suddenly implement or they suddenly introduce to the market they're gonna be perfectly fine. No, I don't think it's gonna be perfectly fine. Because something is kind of the Ace of Wands energy, things can get out of control for some reason. Maybe they gonna introduce, like, let's say 8 new things to their vehicles. Probably 3 or 4 of them they're gonna work perfectly fine, but the rest of them will require time to to adapt, require the customers to adapt, and also the stability might fluctuate a little bit, but I believe that every companies can overcome, or, will face this period of time, because if not, that means they don't have the ambition. I believe that Mercedes-Benz, they have the ambitions, and they will try new stuff, which is a good sign. But for ordinary users, it is necessary to know that some brand new features, they might take time to stabilize somehow. The good thing is I don't see it as a really, really big threat. Might be some annoyances, but I don't see a huge negative impact. Maybe some a small amount of incidents can lead to the Five of Pentacles energies. Some people might get injured, but I don't see it as a really large scale thing. So after the Seven of Cups, there's Two of Cups. So I believe that there might be collaborations and cooperations that they truly trust, and they believe that it is about the mutual benefits. So they are happy to have this cooperation or a union of two, to implement the Seven of Cups energies. I believe that there will be a period of time for Mercedes-Benz this year that when they were not quite sure what they were doing. It can be a brainstorming process. So in certain situation, I believe that the market will feel like, okay, this company is kind of losing track on what they're trying to do, or they're not sure what they're actually doing. But that period of time, I don't think is gonna be really long, because at the end they're gonna come together and then have a plan. That is to collaborate with another company, maybe technologically, or maybe production, whatever collaboration. But at the same time, um, as I always say, there are both good and bad. When a company is deciding to collaborate with the other company, that can show a sign of compromise, right? At the same time, it can show the strength of the company to accept partnership. But for some reason, um, Two of Cups, um, if a company is a leader, then Two of Cups probably will be less likely to exist at the end of the spread. But if Two of Cups exist, on a good side, I would say harmonious between the car manufacturer and the customers, and the employees in general. But it doesn't give the company a very strong grip on things. It can only be considered as having harmonious energy with the others, which I believe that is crucial to make business, because business is about partnerships. But at the same time, I do believe that there are some things that are not very obvious, but they are feeling it internally. So they are trying to play the catch up. And when they play the catch up, I think those are technologies, and they feel like they need some outside help. So that's why the Two of Cups will actually happen here. And the collaboration will lead to a lot of developments, but the developments will be rapid, but at the same time can create some kind of instabilities among the products. So yes, this is my analysis for Mercedes-Benz in the year of 2024. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. It means a lot to me. And thank you for your time. And thank you for your patience about the background noise. I hope you all the best. Take care and see you next time.